Okay, it is 12:10, so we are going to start the meeting. Ring-a-ding-ding, the bell just rang. Welcome, Rotarians and guests, to the Rochester Rotary July 28th Zoom meeting. My name is Ron Lichtel, and I serve here as your Rochester Rotary Club president. Would you all stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? And not you, Linda. You keep driving.
I won't.
I pledge allegiance to
the
the flag
of the
United States of America and to the republic
which
and
one nation
under God, indivisible, and justice for all. All right. All right. Would you please join me in reciting the Rotary four-way test of the things we think, say, or do? Is it the truth? Fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And Wayne's fifth, and will it be fun for all?
Will it be fun for Wayne? Oh.
Mr. Wayne Hodges, will you please give the invocation for today?
Wayne here.
I didn't see Wayne.
I don't think
Wayne's not here?
Where is that man?
Wayne is supposed to give the invocation today. Is David Erdley here?
Your backup.
Man, we're striking out here. You know what? I'll tell you a good guy that would give a good one. Mr. Ray Dorr. How about the invocation today?
Opportunity to reconnect with our fellow Rotarians and to be of service to each other and to the world. We come with open eyes and hearts and ears to learn more about what Ron and the board has planned for this year. In thy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Nice, Ray.
Thank you, Ray, for stepping in.
Sure.
If you're a guest here, please enter your name, phone number, email, and so forth in the Zoom chat feature. So our membership chair, Stuart, who just showed up a couple minutes ago, can acknowledge your interest. Our 15th person sign on today was Jeff Whitby. So Brian Barnett, leave Jeff Whitby alone today. Happy Bucks. Do we have any Happy Bucks? If you do, throw them into the chat and we'll talk about them for a second. Any Happy Bucks? Anybody want to even voice one? There's John Somerville. I'm happy my sister is coming to visit this weekend. All right.
Ron, I'm happy that Adams Road opened up yesterday.
I did not know it did. I've been wondering when that was going to open. Any other?
It opened yesterday.
Vince has got one. Where is it here? Something about his. Here's a $5 Happy Buck for me. So proud of how RCS is doing the hard work of figuring out how to best educate our kiddos in the fall. Awesome. Vince says, happy to watch my grandchildren every Friday afternoon. They grow quick, Vince. I got one grandchild that is married 2 years now. That doesn't seem possible. I told her she can't get married, she can't have any kids. That would make me a great grandfather. What's weird is it would make my son a grandfather. That don't even compute. Anybody else with a Happy Buck? You can even voice it right now if you want. No other Happy Bucks?
I've got one.
All right.
I'm happy to report that our district matching grant that we proposed to the district was approved last night, and we'll be going forward to Rotary International for approval, and within the next couple of weeks, we'll be getting the funds from Rotary International.
Wow. Jeff Whitby said, where is it? He says, time to sing the song, I Am My Own Grandpa. Okay, whatever. Any other happy bucks before we move on? All right, member birthdays. July 28th, today is Wayne Hodges' birthday. And I don't know if he's even here yet. We also have Jason Brainerd, July 30th. So would you all join me in singing happy birthday to Wayne and Jason?
Beautiful sunny day. Exclamation.
Happy birthday
Day
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rotarian. Happy birthday to you. $5, please. Club anniversaries, Phil McPeak, July 31st. He'll be here 2 years. Moving on to a couple announcements. Rotarian of the Week, Jerry Carvey. I don't think he's here today, or is he? He had asked me, he said he was going to be out of town, and he is giving the Rotarian of the Week to Roger Berg, who's been a member 46 years and did a great job with the Roto Scoop for years. And he says, and he's a great Rotarian. So congratulations, Roger Berg. And I don't know if I want to even introduce this guy. Brian Barnett, the sheriff. There he is.
All right, my turn already. I'm ready to do my notes.
Don't wake him up, he's asleep.
Hey, so hi everybody, nice to see you all. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes,
Someone tried to mute me there.
You're good, man.
My notes. So you get this routine here. First of all, good to see everybody. I've missed the last couple of weeks, and so it's nice to see all the friendly faces. And unfortunately, because of my setup here, I have to kind of zoom around to see these faces. But of course, you know, we love to really criticize the Zoom backgrounds. At least I do. I don't know who the we is, and this is basically just me. Loves to really criticize the Zoom backgrounds that I see. Just, you know, because we all want a game when it comes to Zoom. So first of all, I'm not sure what's happening in Jay Eastman's background. Jay, I feel like you're trying to out-library our actual real librarian. And I'm not sure to find you or Julianne because he's got way more books than you do, and I'm not even sure if they're real. So both of you, it's a $5 fine. Where is Ernie Schaefer? You took a call during Happy Bucks. You might be taking one now. So obviously you're making money, so you can give us $5. Jeff Fosnog, I'm not sure what's burning there in your background or your screenshot, but that's $5. Is that burning? Is it a campfire?
It's a fire.
All right. Well, it looks dangerous. So $5. Jeff Whitby, where did you go? I think I saw you earlier. I think you're like an all black screen. I think calling from some corner in your basement. That's $5. Good to see, by the way. It's always nice when we do the Pledge of Allegiance. It's never more awkward to be on a Zoom call than to really get a close up at everybody's COVID-15. So maybe there's a better way we can do that in the future where we don't have to look at 38 belt lines that have obviously grown since the last time I've seen them. Where's Ray Dorr? Oh, Ray Dorr, there he is. Ray, it's nice to see the top of your forehead. I assume the rest of you is doing well as well. There you are. Good to see you. I assume your face is still the same, the rest of it. Nice to hear that Linda made it back from the bank. Linda, I assume if you came back from the bank, it's $5 because you've got money in your pocket. Wayne Hodges made it in just after prayer. Well done. I like to go to church and make it just after offering. We have some similarities there. $5 for you. No, I think that's the rest of the Zoom backgrounds. I won't even touch Phil's because obviously he's trying really hard to do Christmas in July. Love it, Phil. We see you. But I should say to all the people who are not showing their faces, that's Angela Del Pup, Samantha, Chief Shettenhelm, the mysterious Tom, and Andrea Walker, who's sort of showing her face. It's $5 for all of you for not joining us virtually. We want to see you, or at least the top of your head if you're Ray Dorr. So thanks for not showing us your face. Come on, next time let's join the part of the team. A few other things going on before we get into a special part of the finds today, where I've got actually some assistance from the talented Maria. Lots of things going on. Obviously, we're in the throes of summer. So if you've golfed, raise your hand if you've golfed. All right, that's fantastic. I didn't see any of you at my Barnett Brothers golf outing yesterday, so that's $5. I know who the golfers are now that chose not to participate in my golf outing. That's $5. How many of you have been on a boat? Raise your hands. Okay, I don't have a boat. Rotary's about sharing, and none of you raised your hands, invited me to be on your boat, so that's $5 for each of you. It's $5 if you have not gotten COVID yet. Hopefully that's all of you. Linda's the 2 thumbs up. Government's talking about stimulus checks. How many of you like stimulus checks? Raise your hands. All right, a few of you. If you received a stimulus check already, it's $3. If you haven't received a stimulus check, that means you make a little more money, Stuart, so that's $5 for you. If you just like the word stimulus, Phil Lohman, that's $5, and it probably means that you're over 70 and possibly lonely. So if you're over 70, it's $5 as well. Tiger baseball started. How many of you were excited to watch opening day last night? It just is not the same, is it? Tigers did not win last night, and of course, if you watched the game, it was very unusual. No fans, and they pumped crowd noise into the stadium to kind of make it feel, for those of us watching at home, as if there were a crowd in the stands. And I'm not sure if that's going to work. I wasn't believing it, but I'm curious what some of you thought, and I felt like some of you would actually kind of like the idea, and you know, possibly might want to try this at your own place of business. So I came up with some ideas for some of you to maybe play some background crowd noise, if you will, at your place of business. So the first one is for Tim Duncan. Tim, this is your crowd music. And then for all the attorneys on the line, now you ain't nothing but a hound dog. All the attorneys on the line, Joe Allen, John Gaber, here's your walk-up music, or crowd music, if you will. There you go. That's for our attorneys in the crowd. For Chief Shettenhelm, I see you on the line. We found some good music to pump into your office. You know you listen to it all the time, Chief. You know you do. David Erdley, I don't know if he's on the line, but we found a good one for him. I have to turn it up. Little love for our men of the cloth. We also, for all the doctors out there, I see you, Jay, on the phone. Here's a good one for you. I don't even know this song, but that's what came up when we Googled songs about doctors. So there you go. For all of our car dealers, I don't know if Russ is on the phone, but here's one for you, Russ. And for all of you who are retired, which is 2/3 of this crowd, here's one of your favorites. Pumping this into your house. Sitting on the dock of the bay, sitting on the dock of the bay. Ron Lichtel, our president, our esteemed president, we got one for you. You're a guy that runs a lawn care company. This is some music you can pump in. Tom Nouveau, I think you're the Tom on the screen. And all of you that work in home sales, here's one for you, Tom.
It's a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard.
There you go. You have a very, very, very fine house. Tom will help you sell it. I don't know. And then finally, of course, we couldn't leave without one for our good friend Phil Lohman. Phil Lohman's walk-in music. Here it is.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. And I am too sexy for Milan. Too sexy for Milan. York and Japan.
All right, I'm going to turn it off before he starts taking off his shirt. Yeah, so there you go. Tigers, I don't know if it worked here. I didn't think it really worked pumping in crowd noise to the Tiger game, but we thought we'd find some music for some of you to pump into your offices just to give you a little extra feel. If you did not get fined today, it's $5. Somehow I missed you. And thank you for giving me an opportunity. And I'm going to go back to eating my burrito. Ron, back to you. Oh, and by the way, Maria, pop your head in here. Thanks to Maria who found all today's music.
All right. That was a great job. I think he's trying to outdo all the other sheriffs. Tim Duncan, do you want to introduce our speaker today?
No, I think you got it.
And here's Ron Lichtel. Sorry.
Boom, there he is.
All right. Just a couple of quick notes here. First off, King David, one of the greatest kings of the Bible, had a son named Solomon. He felt overwhelmed when he became a king because of his father, King David. He was famous. In a dream, God asked him what he could give him. He didn't ask for riches, fame, land, or anything else. He asked for wisdom to lead those people. That's what I'm asking for today, is wisdom to lead this fantastic organization in spite of the craziness that's going on today. The greatest people I've ever met are givers and forgivers, and we have a lot of them in our club. I'm a communicator, not an educator. I take things that are complicated and try to make them as simple as I can. That's what I do with my business every day. Ray Dorr and Wayne Hodges are educators. To me, they're in the stratosphere. And God bless them, because we need men like that to keep us on track. I asked Ray to give me a hand with this talk because I wanted to make sure to cover all the bases. I thank Ray from the bottom of my heart, because he didn't get his feelings hurt or get mad at me when I chopped and changed different things in it to fit me. I appreciate it, Ray. I really do. I definitely don't have all the answers, and I'm not expected to, because I'm surrounded by very talented people that are going to help me move Rochester Rotary forward. We have to quit trying to flatten the curve. We have to flatten fear. I will wear a mask to accommodate our state officials, but I refuse to live by fear. First slide. Welcome to the 2021 President's Kickoff Presentation. Today, I will introduce you to the people that have committed their time, energy, and talents to a leadership role within our club this year. I will talk about and review some of our goals. We will schedule each committee chair at a future club meeting to cover their areas that they will take care of in more detail. It's important that you know where we're going and help in any way you can with your time, talent, to help us move the club forward. I will update you on the status of our budget to fund our ongoing operations, and I'm asking for your help. Before we go there, I'd like to share with you something about myself, maybe provide you with a laugh, and what I bring from past experiences to Rochester Rotary. Next slide. And I'm glad this didn't show up before our sheriff. Some of you know, some of you don't. I was a demolition sergeant on a Green Beret Halo team, high altitude, low opening. I've jumped out of planes over 100 times, from anywhere from 12,000 feet to 30,000 feet, jumping out of cargo jets. And I love to blow things up. I also hold a 3rd-degree black belt, and yes, I've broken a lot of boards while in martial arts for over 35 years. More importantly, I don't give up, and I won't give up while serving Rochester Rotary. Next slide. Rochester Rotary's purpose: basically making a difference in the lives of people in our community and around the world. Next slide. This is your board. Immediate past president, Wayne Hodges. Your current president, Ron Lichtel. President-elect, David Erdley. Presidential nominee, Tim Duncan. Secretary, Jeff Whitby. Assistant Secretary, Kyle Johnson. Treasurer, Vince Mattina. Assistant Treasurer, Christine Haig. Director, Cindy Andrews. Director, Ray Dorr. Director, Steve Ayler. We have one director that will be announced later. Our club is extremely different than most Rotary clubs. Most clubs scramble to figure out who their next president is. You know who your next president is 5 years out. We have what we call the chairs that you serve in for 1 year each, starting with Assistant Treasurer, who is Christine Haig, Assistant Secretary, Kyle Johnson, President nominee, Tim Duncan, President-elect, David Erdley, and your current president, myself, Ron Lichtel. Counting me, these are your Rochester Rotary presidents for the next 5 years, and I thank them for stepping up to the plate to serve our club. If you're interested in serving the club in these capacities, please contact Wayne Hodges, our immediate past president of the club and chairperson of the nominations committee. Next slide. Membership. These are our different committees. Membership will be Stuart Signer. Social Building Relationships, Tom Naveau and Jackie Kippen. Think Tank, Steve Ayler. Hands-on Services, Rachel Avilas, and I did it right that time. Fundraising Events, Steve Ayler. Fundraising Activities, Weekly Meetings, it'd be myself and Steve Shettenham. Other Sources of Income, Steve Ayler and Wayne Hodges. Rotary Foundation Committee, Ernie Schaefer. Youth Programs, Wayne Hodges. Weekly Club Meeting, myself. Marketing, Andrea and John. Mentoring and Development, Wayne Hodges. Reporting and Financial Review, Vince. And Planning Administration, Ray Dorr. Next slide. Continuing with goals. Membership, Stuart Signer. Basically, our goal for this year by the end of my term was 110 members. Our goal of new member sponsorships is 17, and we're hoping to have at least 80% of our membership engaged. Social Building Relationships, Tom Naveau and Jackie Kippen. Our club social opportunities, 6 for the year. Small group social or meal gatherings, 12. Next slide. Continuing with club goals. Hands-on Services, Rachel Avilas. Basically, we're looking for 100 hours this year, and that's everybody, every hour that they put in, which I think is more than realistic. Fundraising Events, Steve Ayler. Our potential fundraiser sources, Masters Raffle, online auction, poinsettia sales, and then other fundraisers, Master Raffle, wine tasting, which is up in the air, social media solicitations, sheriff fines, new ideas, events, activities, and club member solicitations. Next slide. Other club goals, Rotary Foundation Committee, which is headed up by Ernie Schaefer. We've got our annual fund contribution, every Rotarian every year. Polio Plus fundraiser, which is the pizza for polio. Polio Plus contributions, major gifts. Youth programs will be headed up by Wayne Hodges, and that basically is dependent on what happens with the schools. We'll get a future update from Wayne and his committee. Next slide. Weekly club meetings. Basically, we're going to start in-person lunch meetings and continue Zoom meetings. Our target date is September 1st, back at Rivercrest, both in-person lunch meetings and continue Zoom meetings for those who don't feel comfortable face-to-face. I've met with Nino at Rivercrest, and we need a minimum of 30 members who will commit to go back to $75 a month for this to work. The other two options are pay at the door, which would be $15, or continue Zooming. I will be contacting all of you individually to ask for your support. I talked to 8 members already and have 6 committed, 1 pay-as-you-go, and 1 continue Zooming. We will be using the protocols consistent with Oakland County guidelines with a COVID questionnaire at the door at every meeting. Nino has a 40 by 40 tent top, so it's open on the sides and it's covered, 1,600 square foot outside our normal meeting room that we can use, which is open air. We will be, we'll talk more about that as the time to start gets closer. Marketing, Andrea Walker and John Somerville. Basically, they're going to be engaging current members and new members to connect with each other in the community, support all committees, updates on Zoom calls, social media updates, website updates, monthly press releases, membership increase through marketing efforts. Mentoring and development, again, Wayne Hodges, basically training our future presidents. Next page. This is the questionnaire that we will have at the door when we go face to face over at Rivercrest. Next slide. Continuing club goals. Reporting and financial review will be done by Vince Matina. He'll be conducting annual reviews, handle reports with Rotary International, the state, and Fed. Planning and administration will be done by Ray Dorr, updating our club's constitution, operating practice and procedures, strategic plan, president's transition team workshop, which if you've never been to one of those, wow. That was overload to me for a while. Anyway, next slide. Social building relationships, Tom Naveau and Jackie Kippen. Primary functions, building and enhancing lasting member relationships. Increase opportunities that members can safely connect with other members. Schedule and organize specific social events. Budget sufficient funds to ensure social events. Create club social traditions. And recognize the contributions of our club and individual members have made. Next slide. Social building relationship, again, Tom DeVoe and Jackie Kippen. Possible future social relationship building activities include weekly club meetings, that would be done by me. Small group social gatherings and meals, Tom DeVoe and Jackie Kippen. Zoom social call, Tom DeVoe and Jackie Kippen. Family fun event, Tom and Jackie. Jimmy John's, field baseball game, Tim Duncan. Club Christmas party, David Erdley. President's transition picnic, David Erdley. All hands on service, Rachel Avilas. And all fundraising opportunities, Steve Ayler. Details are still being identified and developed. Next slide. And our final slide. So I think I'm staying within my 15, 20 minutes. I will be basically, the budget isn't finalized yet. I will need to meet with Vince probably in the next couple of weeks to finalize that. So we have more to talk about for projecting forward. This is where we can open it up to some questions. We have any questions out there?
Ron, it's Linda Eastman. I have a question. I see that Jackie Kippen is listed as doing quite a lot of things with Tom Nephew, and I have not been able to get in touch with her. Do you know that she still intends on doing those things?
According to Tom, last I talked to him, yes. And Tom, are you there? Tom DeVoe. I thought he was on. Anyway, the last time I talked with Tom, to answer your question, yes, she was working with him.
Okay, good.
What was that? Vince asked, will the COVID form be available before the meeting? Can we fill this out before going? That's exactly what we're going to do. It's going to be at the meeting. Before you walk in, you have to fill it out. We're going to stick with the guidelines. Any other questions out there? That went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be.
Hey, Ron.
Yes.
This is Bill. This is not a question, but I want to let everybody know that we are having an engraved brick campaign for the Rotary Park. You know, that's the way that we earn funds to pay for the annual fee. It costs us around $3,000 to $4,000 to keep the park open. And last year, because of the COVID and everything, we didn't sell a whole lot of bricks. So we have a campaign. We started it this week. Andrea is going to put something in the paper for us. And so I wanted to let everybody know, and all you new members, if you are interested in buying an engraved brick, all you got to do is go to our website, scroll down to Rotary Gateway Park, and you'll find a form in there to fill out. And we would appreciate everybody that doesn't have a brick in the park to maybe think about it. And I always tell people, if you have one of these forms just in your house, I guarantee you once a year, you'll find it in your heart to honor somebody that's done something wonderful for you, or memorialize somebody that has passed away and you want to do something. Everybody that has put a memorial brick in the park, I'm telling you, it's a wonderful place to go and meditate there and think about that person who has passed on. So just a wonderful thing. And I want everybody to think about that. Just download a form, keep it on your desk, and I guarantee you, if we had half of everybody in our club join us, we'll have no problem meeting that $3,000 to $4,000. So thank you for letting me voice that announcement.
I agree with you, Bill. I've done it a brick a couple of years in a row now, and that's a good idea, just doing one every year. There are people in everybody's lives they want to thank. That'd be a good way to memorialize it. Hey, Eastman.
Many places not only do a questionnaire, but also take a temperature of people before they enter. Were we not going to do that or planning on doing it?
Well, if we have any way to do it, I don't have any problem with that. I mean, as a club, can the club come up with something where they can, I go into doctor's offices and they scan you real quick.
Right.
I don't know if that's something we can pick up, but I'm all for it.
We have one at the city that we could provide the club.
See? Oh, just got to ask. And there's the guy right there. Thank you, Jay.
Mr. President, one quick thought I might have too, if it's all right, just a question. You know, given the fact that we're not meeting as normal for a little while longer, even when we do it maybe a little bit different, it might be helpful to keep a regular update on kind of where we are from a budget standpoint, just so we don't wake up at the end of the year and find out that we're way off track, but maybe maybe it's quarterly, maybe it's even monthly, just to see how we are doing in fundraising and so forth, so we can continue to meet our goals. I know we have a very generous group of individuals that are on this call, and otherwise, a lot of times if you get the rally call and realize we're $2,000 behind budget that we need to make up before Halloween or whatever, this group will do it. So I just think it might be good to have regular updates where we are from a financial standpoint, so that we can continue to do the good work that we like to do and not get too far off track.
Well, I'll tell you what, Vince is way ahead of you. He's got the whole year mapped out, but we're going to finalize the budget in a couple of weeks once we finish out July. Good point, though. There's other fundraising things. One of the ideas Andrea is going to be talking about at our next board meeting, which is tomorrow night, is, you know, virtual ways to make money for the club. It was Rodney Hulbert that basically gave me the idea. That was a couple of years ago. My next birthday, I'm going to be 70. So I'm going to make a big deal on it, on everything social that I can do, and ask people to donate. And I'm going to ask it for college education funds. Everybody can do whatever they want, but that's what I'm going to push for. And Rodney Hulbert said, I mean, I was trying to remember, he had like, well, it was something crazy, like 1,000 members at, you know, at $10, it'd be $10,000. It was like, wow. So, and I got two things. One, I'm going to be 70 in April, and two, in December 30th, I'm going to be married 50 years. So it's going to be like, there's a couple of different things in my life that are major things that I'm going to ask for donations. I'm not going to be, you know, I'm a salesperson. I'm not going to be, you know, hiding it. I'm going to ask for it. And it's not for me. That's the kicker. I'm going to be asking for it for the club. So put your thinking cap on, and Andrea is going to help us, you know, teach us how to do that. Any other comments?
Ron, this is Shirley.
Yes.
I would just like to encourage people, if you haven't already bought some school supplies and dropped them off at MKG, we're still collecting things for Neighborhood House until August 7th. And Kathy Lasinski has offered to put us all on social media showing what we collected and take some pictures for the Rochester Post and Community Lifestyle. So if you haven't been to the website or looked at what Rachel sent out, the attachment with what they need, I'd encourage you to take a look and see if you can help us.
That's great. Rachel's doing a great job along with you, Shirley. She had basically the book drive over at Oakland University, which I went over. I'm trying to think of who was the young guy that I was there with. Anyway, that was a great deal. They had hundreds and hundreds of books, and they were bagging up 5 books per bag for kids. So thank you, Rachel, for putting that together. And then on top of that, along with Shirley, we've got this back to school. This is another event to try to help in the community.
To piggyback on what Shirley was saying, Ron, I don't know if anybody has clicked on that link, but it is so easy. You just click on that Amazon link and you can buy everything and then just have it shipped to MKG. So you don't even have to leave the house if you don't want to. It really does help out. And if anyone needs help with that, I am really happy to help with that in any way I can. So,
Rachel, I'll tell you what, just to remind people, can you resend that out again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Because I'd like to donate to it myself. I want to be there to help, but I'd like to donate to it.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Shirley and Rachel. That's awesome.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Shirley.
Any other comments? We're getting through this meeting quick, and I thought we were going to go way over. I think if I would have kept a lot of what Ray gave me, a lot of good stuff, really, I probably would have been an hour, but we cut it a little bit. Again, thank you, Ray. You did a lot of hard work, and again, you didn't get mad at me or hurt feelings or anything. I appreciate it. Any other comments? Otherwise, we're going to close this thing up and leave it open for anyone that wants to stay on and chat. Thank you, Steve. Steve said, good update, Ron. We got a call or a thing in there. Thanks for all your time, Rachel, from Kathy Lazinski and Tom Duncan. Andrea Walker says most people are doing a Google document. They can be filled out and submitted before each meeting from a phone if people can. And Jerry Gross says, thanks. Hi, Ron, great presentation. Can you make them as an attachment to your weekly report? I can work on that. When you, Don Somerville, when do you think the budget will be finalized? We're going to meet with Vince probably in the next, 1 to 2 weeks. And that'll be finalized. Any other questions or comments? Thank you all for coming. And again, thank you, Ray and Wayne. I appreciate all the work you put into helping me put this thing together. Other than that, meeting adjourned.